Who That Nation? It's your boy Ace. I'm going to give you my thoughts coming up next on the Wincinnati podcast.
Coming up on the Wincinnati podcast.
Hello, world. Wincinnati. You guys are the Yoshi creators, bro.
It's a new beginning. You know what that means, right?
But I know this, the whole NFL is scared of the Bengals.
Who That Nation? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Boogie. Make sure that you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out to my partner Zim for holding it down for us last night. Wanted to come to you guys and bring you an update on my thoughts from the game since you guys didn't hear from me. Look, defense played good, man. Defense played good enough in the first half and even in the second half for the Bengals to be in this game. The issue, as we all know, is the offense. You know, the defense made some plays, caused a fumble, did a whole bunch of things, but the offense, Jake Browning in particular, gave the Detroit Lions great field position, turnovers, all sorts of things for them to be able to cash in on it. So to me, the defense, I hear a lot of people talking Lou Anarumo this, Lou Anarumo, like, I think that the defense actually played well last week after having some criticism for them the week prior. I think the defense did enough for you to win that game. The offense just wasn't there. And it's been a lot of the same stuff that we've talked about. It's been a lot of issues with Jake Brown and not being able to move the offense. He finally showed some signs of life in this game, but it was too little too late. Him getting to 21 points in the fourth quarter was cool. However, we need those points earlier. We need we don't need the interceptions. We don't need the turnovers. And that's unfortunately what did the Bengals in. This is a Bengals team that without Joe Burrow was still in the game with the Lions. So that tells me if the Bengals have a better quarterback, they'll be fine. That's why I sat on this same panel weeks ago. And I'm not trying to be like, I told you so. I don't do stuff where I told you so. I do stuff like that and hammer and try to be a voice to try to inspire some kind of change and try to get the Bengals to actually do something. Because if they would have done that 2 weeks ago, we'd be sitting in a situation where if Jake Browning goes out and throws 2 interceptions, guess who's coming into the game? Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, whoever it is, the Bengals clearly need a quarterback. And the part that's the most frustrating about this entire situation is that they're still in the race for the playoffs in the AFC. They're still second in the division. The Ravens are spiraling right now. The Browns still aren't putting it together. They're still losing. And right now, this team still has a lead. Now, the Steelers are starting to pull away. However, the rest of the AFC is trash. So if the Bengals are able to get something that is competent at the quarterback position, they will be fine. Now, there's other options out there. I know we've all talked about Jameis. I know we've all talked about Russell Wilson. Some people have even talked about other options out there. I mean, there's another option that is also Anthony Richardson. Like, Anthony Richardson is a guy that's currently wasting away right now in Indianapolis. And if this is something where you're not only looking for a backup solution for this season, but also in the future, Anthony Richardson could be a guy. Now, Anthony Richardson isn't a perfect, person. He's got some flaws. He's had some inaccuracies. He's had some issues with staying on the field. So I get why people would be against bringing in Anthony Richardson, but he does bring the element of the athleticism and the ability to use his feet in this offense. And that would be something that I'd be interested in seeing. Now, it's not as surefire or as safe as a pick as a Jameis Winston, as a Russell Wilson. So there's some caveats that come with it. But if you're looking for a long-term solution, he might be a guy that you can look at. Now, obviously, that's going to cost more. So I don't think that it's likely that the Bengals can do it from a cap standpoint. I think that's a very expensive kind of situation unless the Colts are willing to eat some of that salary. And then you also have other situations out there like Malik Willis. That's another guy I think that the Bengals could take a look at. But I don't know if Malik Willis guarantees that the Bengals are going to win games. That's the only issue when it comes to him. The variance and the risk that's associated with him is just too wild. And so I think a Jameis Winston is perfect. I think a Russell Wilson is perfect. And if these guys can get to a standpoint where they are able to at least get the Bengals some stability, I think that's what you need as it stands right now from the Bengals perspective. So If they're able to do that, I think if they can land one of those guys, I think they'll be fine. I think that they're finally opening up to it because they did cut Mike White, which I don't think makes sense. I would have probably cut Ripon or somebody like that. But clearly they are making a move, it seems like, at the quarterback position. We'll see if they can do that. You guys let me know what you think. But I think the Bengals could have won the last game. I think it's an issue of the fact that they just cannot do it with the current quarterback that they have right now. And I think Zach Taylor, as it stands right now, his play calling is very, very easy to kind of figure out what the Bengals are doing. So when it comes to that, it's just going to be that they have to put the right quarterback in there that's going to give the Bengals receivers and weapons a chance to try to get something done. And if they can do that, they'll be fine. If not, we're still sitting at a situation where it's like, man, what are we doing? So the season is not over. The season is still salvageable. The Bengals just have to go out and make the move. They can no longer drag their feet. We need to demand that they get a new quarterback. It's getting crazy at this point. So we'll see what they do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I would look forward to being back with you guys and back with Zim on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Wincinnati podcast.
Coming up on the Wincinnati podcast.
Hello, world. Wincinnati. You guys are the Yoshi creators, bro.
It's a new beginning. You know what that means, right?
But I know this, the whole NFL is scared of the Bengals.